Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Friends, great news. We get a chance to board the NCC 1701 as we watch Star Trek Continues, the second episode, Lolani. Friends, the first episode, Pilgrim of Eternity, checked a lot of boxes for me. One, it seemed seamless. We went right from TOS into this incredibly devoted replica of Star Trek's original series, and the uniforms and the sets, the performances. We got to see Michael Forrest as Apollo again. Friends, it was just, I could go on and on about this one because it was that good. So I cannot wait to see what they have in store for us for episode 2. So wait no longer, we shall. If you could do me a quick favor though and hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel and it allows me to alert you next time it's time for Star Trek Continues or any of our sci-fi fare. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. And if you're not a fan of Patreon, consider YouTube memberships. You'll get all of our episodes at least a day early. But my dear, dear friends, all that is then and this is now. And now, thank goodness it's time to board the NCC 1701 as we watch Star Trek Continues, Episode 2, Lolani. Prepare to engage maximum warp reaction. And away we go! I am so happy with this series, just out of one episode. All right, Jim, what do you got for us? Oh, hey, buddy. I'm right there with you. Right there with you.
We've received a distress signal from an unidentified vessel. Mr. Spock has requested your presence on the bridge.
Alrighty, distress call. Look at this! Look at this!
The vessel's Telluride in design. Looks like a Begov-class private transport.
Australia?
New Zealand, sir. Instant Tongaroa. I just transferred from the hood.
Nice.
I'm reading a single humanoid life form. Vital signs are erratic, life support systems are failing.
Humanoid life form? Okay.
Uhura, send security to the transporter room.
Yeah, just everybody set to stun.
Mr. Scott, you have the bridge.
That was strange.
We don't have security here yet. Kyle, that's not you, is
Jinx, Captain.
Jinx, Spock. It's something people used to shout.
it? Jinx.
The life form could not be confirmed as Telluride, but knowing the volatile nature of that species, I would recommend caution. Jinx?
See? You've got it already.
Did she...
Security alert! We have an intruder aboard! Seal off deck 4, section 12A through F!
That was Green Hand, Orion. She's gonna kill herself. This show. Jim is telling us about the final frontier. Oh my God. I mean, incredibly engaging. We're just in it. We're in it. It's not derivative. It's not something we've seen before. Telluride vessel, never seen one of those. I can't remember seeing one. An Orion on ship. I love it. How many times did we see the Orions in the original series? The animated series we did, the Pirates of Orion. And we saw in the cage, a representation. Vina became a representation of an Orion. Did we have? I'm sure we did. Oh yeah. The prison planet. The Orion girl that was killed outside.
We won't harm you. We're your friends. You're on the Federation Starship Enterprise. I'm Captain Kirk. It's all right. It's all right. He's our chief of security, Drake. He won't harm you either.
Drake, we got a chief of security. Can she understand you? Nice job, Spock. Nice job.
Oh, that could have gone smoother.
The bruising and contusions indicate she has been in a scrap. I also detected traces of blood that are not hers.
Was she defending herself?
She was sold 4 days ago to a Tellarite merchant by the name Sev Bim Jor. The ship set out with 4 passengers.
Sev Bim Jor.
Apparently someone wasn't too happy with the transaction.
There is the only one still alive able to confirm that.
Well, she was unhappy being sold. Can you believe it?
Pheromones.
Spock, it's all right.
I've got the same type of pheromones, Spock.
But we need to know your name and what happened.
You're losing your touch, Jim.
Approximately 70 years ago, Orion women held dominion over the men. But in a revolt and after a civil war, the men gained control. The women are bred with no education or opportunity.
Really?
First, the men are slaves to the women, then the women slaves to the men.
Gentlemen, Dr. McCoy requested my presence.
Oh, McKenna's a recurring character.
Well, it's hard to believe she spent years around slave traders without picking up any language at all.
Lolani,
Nice job, McKenna.
please don't be angry with me. I apologize if I've harmed anyone. Not knowing if you were friend or foe, I remained silent. I was born and raised off-world. When my parents died suddenly, I was returned back to Orion and forced into slavery.
Oh, wow.
I'm so sorry.
Please don't send me back there. You have no idea what it's like.
Easy.
Yeah, we're not sending you back.
We'll do anything we can to help you. For now, you're
Jim.
safe.
Remember the pheromones? You're on one knee, bud.
Bones. If she's medically cleared, maybe we could move her to guest quarters.
Let's not trust her.
This is Dr. McKenna. Doctor, if you would accompany her.
It would be my pleasure.
Now, McKenna should be immune to the pheromones if I'm remembering my lower decks is basically where I got all this from, so.
An Orion girl on your ship and 3 dead Tellarites aboard another.
That's correct. The girl was the property of...
Is that Aaron? What's her name? Aaron Gray?
If we can confirm that the Tellarites were culpable, could she be granted some sort of asylum?
The Orion system is...
It is. Oh my God, it's awesome.
The girl reverts back to the property of the one who sold her. We cannot participate in any act that would be perceived as a challenge to their sovereignty.
Yes.
Asylum.
The girl's owner has already been notified and is en route to you. He will rendezvous with the Enterprise in approximately 32 hours.
Why the hell do we do that?
But we cannot risk an interstellar incident over one girl.
Yeah, we can. Federation let me down there.
What a beautiful ship. And men and women working alongside each other equally.
Yeah, she only opened up when McKenna came in.
We're each individuals with our own strengths and weaknesses, but we're not defined by our gender.
That sounds like a dream.
If she's on the up and up, we're really going to give her back? Doesn't asylum mean anything anymore?
I was just giving Lolani a small tour of the ship, but I hadn't anticipated it would be such a distraction.
Not at all, just another day at the office.
I'm Montgomery Scott, chief engineer of this entire ship. I make sure everything functions correctly.
That sounds like a very important job.
Aye, it is. Would you care to see my station, lassie?
Please don't be evil, Lolani. I really like your character.
Our hands appear to be tied.
So you're giving up?
I'm not giving up.
Sounds like you're giving up.
I'm not giving up.
There was resignation in your voice, Captain. Sir.
This dynamic's great.
You're new to this ship, so I'll excuse you for not understanding. But when I say I'll do everything I can, I'll do everything I can.
I'm Jim effing Kirk.
Well, I read in some cultures such challenging between males and females is considered a mating ritual.
I knew that was coming.
Not in this culture.
Yes. I mean, no. No. Yes to the no. No.
Yes to the no. I love her. What a great character.
Ladies, if you'll, excuse me.
Of course, Captain.
A foil for Jim? Oh.
I observed something else as well.
You did?
Women in uniform command the respect of their peers. You can tell a lot about someone from what they wear.
Let's put her in a uniform.
I've got something for you I think you're really gonna like.
I want Lolani to be a member of the crew if she is on the up and up.
Sev Bim Jor. Therein lies the mystery. He did not die from a phaser, but from a deep puncture wound to his throat.
Yeah, she killed him.
There are traces of Lolani's DNA under their fingernails. I believe she was more involved in this incident than she has revealed.
All right.
Of course they're going to try to take her, do stuff to her. Another great episode. What a great setup for this. A mystery, new character. Jim.
Thank you. What's it about?
It's about a once great Earth civilization that collapsed from within due to its own moral decay. I also have some questions.
I'm sure. Please, sit.
We learned that the mercenaries were killed at each other's hands.
That's not a question, Captain.
Did you have anything to do with it?
From a knife like the one you brought on board. You need to tell me what happened.
She turned them against each other. I would have done the same thing.
They began touching me. The one who bought me got angry and they started fighting. I hid in the corner and closed my eyes. There was so much yelling and...
I don't believe that.
What does it matter what happened, really? If you were enslaved, wouldn't you be grateful just to be free?
I would, but the truth always matters.
Listen, if she slaughtered all of them to get away.
Zamenhof? Please, no. He is a brutal man. A brutal, vicious monster who abuses his slaves.
There still may be
Please
time.
don't send me back to him.
This is a bad idea.
We are free to do whatever we like.
Well, Jim, in for a penny, in for a pound here.
Bridge to Captain Kirk.
I think she's painted completely. I don't think that's the hose stuff that goes over.
Mr. Spock and Chief Drake have returned from the Tellurite ship.
They have a report.
Seducing me is not the answer.
No, Captain, that was wrong of me. I'm sorry. Some habits die hard.
I don't blame her at all.
Everyone has the right to be free.
Yeah.
I wish it didn't matter what happened on that ship, but unfortunately it does.
Would they find out?
You. Hello?
You're going to die.
It's not your fault. I should be the one apologizing to you. I held a knife to your throat.
I thought she killed him.
Does this man have a name?
Kenway. Matthew.
Matthew.
Matthew, you're going to die, buddy.
I cannot deny the attraction I felt the moment I saw you.
How can I help you?
Yeah.
The merchant Sev Bim Jor and the second mercenary were killed by a fourth participant.
You're certain?
There's no evidence of any recent docking or transport from another ship.
She is no longer an unfortunate slave, Captain. She could be a murderer.
To her air quote owners, let's kind of put this in context, everybody. Great shot. Great shot. Oh, wow, look at this shit.
The shuttlecraft bay doors have been activated.
On whose authority?
None that I'm aware.
Could it be?
Seal the doors.
Tractor beam. Boy, Drake's a big dude. Come on, Kenway. Kenway's not to be blamed here.
I'll deal with you in a minute.
Matthew, forgive me!
Lolani!
Stand down, crewman.
Please, you gotta let me help her. Please, Captain, we can't let her be a slave again to anyone!
Get a hold of yourself, mister! But what I won't tolerate is insubordination on my ship!
He was drugged.
Find to quarters until your next duty shift.
Jesus.
Yes, sir.
Chief, see that he gets there.
Captain, please.
Good job, kid. I love how young the rest of the crew is. Oh.
Bones, is there anything that can protect our crewmen against the effects of the Orion pheromones?
Actually, there is. Ship-wide inoculation.
Start with Matthew.
She said it's what ladies wear on other exotic worlds. I feel almost like a princess.
You look lovely.
Even though I'm desperate to remain free,
Yeah.
I shouldn't have manipulated your crewmen. It won't happen again.
No, it won't.
Yeah, won't.
It's entirely possible she's simply not conscious of everything that happened.
That's why Mr. Spock is here.
Oh boy, mind meld.
It won't hurt you in any way. I'll be here with you the whole time.
Is she willing to do it?
I trust you.
Wow. I keep thinking I know the actress that's the Orion. My mind to your mind.
I see what you see.
Pull in close. Get that intimate. All the way back in Dagger the Mind.
They come towards me.
Tellarites. Okay. I think that's Tellarites.
Then the other.
Wow.
What is on top of me?
Oh my God.
I reach for his gun. I fire.
Oh, what a shot.
Begging for help. There's a knife in my hand.
That is, I mean, I'm sorry, everybody. That's clear-cut self-defense, correct?
Will you report that I'm a murderer? Will you send me to some Federation prison?
She's not a murderer.
You're not subject to our laws.
And besides, you were defending yourself.
Come on.
The bruises on my body are not from the Tellarites. Zamenhof beats his slaves. What is he gonna do to me when I go back there? And the others like me, they don't even know any better.
We do not have the authority to...
To do what? To make a difference in the unbearable hell that is the slave trade on my planet? Well, I could be the voice for women who have none.
Oh my God, this is so good. Wow. I mean, this is something else as far as a conundrum.
We do not have the right.
Spock, you of all people. You saw what happened to her. You felt it. Isn't that bigger than some planet's immoral law?
Was unprepared for the anguish I experienced during my mind meld with Lolani.
That's her anguish, bud.
And don't we empathize with all beings who are forced into slavery?
But there are other things to consider.
We can save her.
She attempted to steal a shuttlecraft. Dr. McCoy had to inoculate the entire crew to protect against
She is fighting for her life.
And can you imagine what will happen to her when she's returned?
Right.
Considering all that she's done just to escape.
We're just gonna hand her back?
Starfleet isn't here. If they were, perhaps they'd see things differently.
But they'd still be bound by the same laws that we are.
There's gotta be a workaround. Think.
Have the transporter room stand by. We're on our way.
Isn't there something we can do?
Think, everybody. Come on. There's gotta be a workaround here. Asylum's what I'm thinking, but I mean...
All right, gentlemen.
Love this. Love this.
It will be interesting to see how he responds should we not return his property.
Well, we may have no choice, Spock.
Boy, does he look like Bill Shatner in profile. Oh my God. Whoo. Did we just beam over the Hulk?
It's the honor to board your fair ship.
It's an honor to have you, sir.
Oh, no. You're the captain. I'm just but a small, simple businessman.
Oh my God, it is Lou Ferrigno.
We've prepared a dinner in anticipation of your arrival. We'd love to know more about you and your people.
I've never been the one to turn down a free meal.
Oh my God.
I'll join you shortly.
Take as much time as you want, Captain.
My God, Lou is still huge.
He seems nice for a slave trader.
Yeah, I'm sure that's how he really is.
I can show you a copy of my orders if you'd like.
That's not necessary. I'll be right outside.
You probably should have asked for the orders.
I wish there was some way I could help you.
Can you make me disappear? Can you make Zamenhof disappear?
I could beam him out into space.
Captain Kirk is a good man, but he can't disobey Starfleet orders. He'd lose his command.
I read once, the only thing necessary for evil to triumph.
It's for good men to do nothing.
I hate what's happening to you and those on your planet, but what can I do about it? What can I do? I'm nobody.
I feel like I'm screaming and no one can hear me.
I hear you. I hear you.
Oh, Matthew.
I'm sorry.
God, this is a hell of a conundrum. I mean, this is a really good one. The size of this sumbitch.
And what is this beverage?
It's an earth wine called Shiraz.
I can't take the alcohol.
Hey, shut a cat.
He's definitely Jimmy Two Hands, son.
Are the males of your species gifted with a similar biochemical control?
They aren't, are they?
But yes, we do have a certain natural scent that can attract the desired mate.
As a wink fired your way, McKenna.
Lolani says you're a brutal monster.
Wow. Scotty. Whoa, wow.
I treat her well. All my girls, they're all well cared for.
Please forgive Mr. Scott for his lack of sensitivity.
I've got 218 slaves, more than any other on Orion. Beautiful girls, beautiful. They provide pleasure and passion throughout the galaxy.
Oh boy.
I'm happy to be an ambassador for my culture. Don't hold back, just ask me any question.
Lou, you're doing a great job.
That the Orion people have practiced slavery since the discovery of fire.
Correct.
I've heard that your females are actually quite comfortable and happy in their standing.
You know, after the Civil War, our women had no purpose. It fell upon the men to give them direction. They're next to animals without it.
Now that.
Wow.
Take Dr. McKenna here. She's obstinate when she doesn't get her own way.
Come on, Jim. Can we get ownership of Lolani? As weird as that sounds, to
How much would
get
you
her
pay
free.
for her?
Here we go. Here we go.
How much is she worth? She could be your 219th.
Nah, I couldn't put a price on it. This woman's educated, refined, civilized. Captain, don't be unreasonable. She's clearly learned and capable.
And what about Lolani?
Oh, I don't know if this is the approach.
Animals do not thirst for knowledge and strive to better themselves. She's consumed a wealth of learning as you've consumed your food, Zamenhof. She's not a slave. She is still a woman with a fundamental right to be free.
I thought we were going to go the other direction. Flattery, and then try to get a gift.
With your permission, Captain, I'd like to take my leave and return with my Lolani.
What did you hope to accomplish, sir?
Well, I hoped that if he saw Lolani the way we do, perhaps he wouldn't take her away.
Yeah, he wouldn't want her.
I believe it may be time to say goodbye.
Come on, guys. My thing is, I mean, can we ask this is ridiculous. Can we ask to buy her? And then as soon as he's gone, and there's David Bowie. And as soon as he's gone, give her freedom?
I'm a brutal monster? How dare you humiliate me? When I get you back, you're gonna regret the day you ever imagined yourself as anything but a slave!
Oh my God.
And you'll be punished until you can ready to go play!
Oh my God, here we go. Double fist! Come on, Jim. Double drop kick. Let's go.
Do it. Bleed me out. Reveal to them the animal you really are. Go on. Go on.
Why does she have to be restrained? That's ridiculous, man. She's fighting for her life.
Civilized men do not treat people as property. But if that's all you understand, how much do you want for her?
There we go.
No.
Why?
Because it pleases me to deny you. I perceive you win too much, Captain. You will not win this one.
I'll match it.
I will not sell her to you for all the gold in the mine of Denver. And beam us back to my ship. Or when I'm done with you and your Starfleet, you'll be lucky to command a Gamma Scout.
Lou Ferrigno. Holy shit, dude.
What you did was completely irresponsible. It was practically akin to striking a political figure. Zamenhof is a powerful man.
Oh my God.
And what about the families of the slain Tellarites? Do they not deserve justice as well?
No, they don't.
She was fighting for her safety, her freedom.
The Federation will not commit an act of war over one slave.
Oh my God, why not?
Captain, you will return Zamenhof and the slave girl Lolani to his ship immediately. You have your orders. Starfleet out.
Wow, what an episode. What a decision. Oh my God, this is awful.
May our paths never cross again.
Likewise.
I mean, he could get her right over that ship and just kill her, you know? Oh, we really shouldn't have Kenway on the controls here. Oh.
Permission to leave my post, Captain.
Granted. McCoy told me he inoculated the crew.
He did. He loves her. Oh my God, what a bummer in the summer. Oh my God.
I'll do whatever I can to help you. I promise.
Please don't.
Oh my God.
You have no
Hallway
idea.
shot.
She's a woman. Her name is Lolani.
Tractor beam. Jim, what are you going to do here, bud? It's a crazy game of poker. Deal Jim in. You got anything, buddy?
All hands, this is the captain. I'm about to violate a direct order from Starfleet Command.
Let's go, Jim!
I take full responsibility for this action. And my log will reflect that none of the crew are complicit.
Let's hope he hasn't done anything to her already.
Bring us within transporter range. Transporter room. Stand by to beam Lolani aboard.
I bet you she's already dead. Oh my God.
We're in transporter range now, Captain.
Do it.
Transporter room.
What did Kenway do? She nodded to him. These are fantastic. Oh my God. Oh my God. His book. Yep. He looks identical to Bill Shatner in profile. It's unreal. Oh God.
I did not wish for my life to end this way, but I thought it was the only means left to send a message to those who enslave others. My death will mean nothing. Those who witness inhumanity and do not act. The message of hope.
Oh.
Thousands of young Orion girls are longing, desperate to live free, to dream, to fly. If we remain silent to the cruelties that surround us, we will lose a part of ourselves. The part that feels, that stands up for injustice, the part that loves. May this not be the end, but a beginning. Freedom at all costs.
Oh my God. End the episode right there. End it right there.
Kenway. You may need this.
Oh my God. Oh my God, you guys did it. You guys did it. This is unreal. Oh my God. All right, everybody, we just finished watching Star Trek Continues second episode, Lolani, and the only thing left to do is talk about it. All right, everybody, we just finished Lolani, the second episode of Star Trek Continues. I was blown away by Pilgrim of Eternity. Okay, hand to God, this was one of my favorite episodes of Star Trek. This was fantastic. I mean, from tip to tail, this one was so good. What a problem to throw into Jim's lap. This is incredibly well done. I mean, oh my God. Okay, all right, let me get my shit together. I mean, the setup for this one is so good. The setup for this one is so good. Again, I'm so spun up with the excellence of this. I can barely construct a sentence. Okay, so speaking of construction, let me start there. The construction of this episode was flawless. We had so many things going on. We had a mystery at first. Is she on the up and up? Did she do something? Is her story the true story? And then we had, we're bringing in Tellarites. We're bringing in like the political atmosphere when it concerns Orion's slave trade. We're bringing in the history of Orion, the revolution or the civil war that occurred where the men freed themselves and then subjugated the women. We had all of these views sort of, again, this view of the slave trade by not only the Orions, but the view of the slave trade by the Federation, which is utterly, I mean, again, I just cannot believe that we didn't allow a granting of asylum to Lolani. That blew my mind. But again, because of the political ramifications of starting some type of like interstellar, a big conflict of this kind that would just erupt and maybe bring in other systems. I understand the need for this type of diplomacy, I guess, but at the same time, there had to be an avenue out of this. There just had to have been. At least that's what I was telling myself the whole time, because I was thinking to myself, how is this going to be a happily ever after? How is this going to be the ending that, how are they going to sum this all up so everybody's happy at the end? Because they're not. They're going to show you what it takes. And my God, the creative team, do they know Jim? Jim sat there, he was following orders, he effing hated it, he got into a fight with him, and then he was like, you know what, screw this. Everybody, I'm going in, I'm breaking every rule in the book. I understand this is all 100% on me, and he was going after her. Oh my Lord. And then they blow up. Wow. Incredible episode. I mean, I am stunned by how good this was. I tell you what, I'm not going to be stunned anymore. When I go into these episodes, I'm not expecting a fan project, to use that as like a derogatory word, which I don't mean to. I'm not going to look at this as less than, because my hand to God, this episode, Lolani, is one of the best TOS episodes that I've seen. If you, again, we say this, and I don't mean this to sound like comparative, which it is, and I don't mean this to sound like, well, if only this had been part of the original series in the 60s, would have been worth its weight. Nope, this works exactly as it is right now. I'm saying this, though. If this had been a script and shot the exact same way, like we said with Pilgrim of Eternity, you just superimpose Bill Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, DeForest Kelley. I'm not taking away from the performances of our actors in this at all. I thought they were fantastic. I'm simply saying, if this had been an original series episode, in my mind, for my money, this would be considered one of the best in the entire series. And that's why, because of its attention to detail, all the way down through its narrative construction, all the way down through its performances, the understanding of the characters, the way that these characters were brought to life. Lolani was completely fleshed out in these 50 minutes. This is one of the best episodes of Star Trek. That is my statement. What do you all think? I mean, I can't imagine that someone would go into this. I can imagine that someone would go into this the way that I did. Like, let's watch another thing of Star Trek with these guys that are, bringing it back. And it turns into a tour de force. And again, my man, Lou Ferrigno, who I've loved forever. I actually met Lou Ferrigno one time, an incredibly nice man. To see him in there playing a slave trader, and my hand to God, when he first beamed over and I said, "What, did we beam over the Hulk?" I had no clue that was Lou Ferrigno. And then when I saw him, I'm like, holy shit, that's Lou. I loved it. And my God, hey, anybody, we missed the boat on Lou. We could have had him really putting forth some great character work over the past couple decades. Phenomenal job. What's his name? Zaman Han. Unreal, dude. He absolutely delivered that. He delivered that sickly sweet, like salesman. That oh, I'm just the nicest guy in the world. And then that sinister when he got alone with Lolani. Oh my Lord. Oh. Wow, it'll be a long time coming before I forget this episode or forget elements of this episode. This is a keeper. Even in the old Swiss cheese brain, this one's a keeper. My God. You know what? I was trying to think during the episode, and I know that Jim has had some big time decisions before. I don't remember there being a decision in the original series where he was this up against Starfleet orders. I mean, because not only was he told once, he was told via communication, you got to turn her over. He was told face to face by Aaron Gray. I'm assuming an admiral of some kind. You got to give her back. There's no discussion here. It's not going to be a political incident. We're not going to, cause a potential hostilities or anything like that. And he was told a third time, whenever he kind of flexed and got into a fight with him, what are you doing? I mean, this was as doubled and tripled down on you're breaking the rules that I think we've ever seen Jim go up against. And Jim acquiesced, and you could tell every fiber of his being was against it. You could tell, I mean, what a performance by, I gotta learn these guys' names. What a performance by our actor who's playing Jim. I mean, and again, they gave us a hallway shot. Oh, Jesus. Like Balance of Terror, that hallway shot at the end. When I think of Jim Kirk, I think of that hallway shot at the end of Balance of Terror, where he had just, met with the crew member who had lost her husband, and he, was sympathizing with her and sharing a moment with her. And then he opened up the door, and you saw that kind of sympathy drain from his face as he just started walking down the hallway, back to the job, back to the chair. He can't afford to be a sympathetic person. He has to be the captain. And we saw that again. He's walking, he's thinking about what he promised, and he makes that determination. And it's why I will forever love Jim Kirk. And this guy is knocking it out of the park, man. To capture somebody that I hold in such high regards as Bill Shatner's performance for Jim Kirk, that I just literally fell in love with in that first season of Star Trek. I mean, chef's kiss, dude. I thought it was impossible to do. You proved me wrong. And that's not to take away anything from the rest of the people that are playing the legacy characters. I think everyone is doing a really, really good job. I love McKenna's character, not a legacy character, I know, but I love McKenna's character. What a fantastic compliment to Jim that would have been. I'm just glad we get to see it now in what I am now considering the legitimate canonical episodes. So well done. I mean, my God, friends, this was, how many times can you say how awesome it was? Friends, it was super duper awesome. We got to witness it's like, I didn't think this was possible, but it's like we found a hidden tape somewhere. It's like we found like, oh my God, we found missing episodes from the original series, and we're able to just watch them. And these past two episodes, Pilgrim of Eternity, I thought was fantastic. Lolani, this was one of the best episodes, full stop, period. Oh, what a gift. What a gift these people gave to us. Friends, an amazing episode from tip to tail. I salute everyone who was a part of it. Incredible, incredible job. If you could do me a favor, everyone, hit that like button, smash that subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. It greatly helps out a small channel, and it allows me to alert you next time it's time to watch this fantastic series known as Star Trek Continues, or any of our sci-fi fare. And of course, if there's anything that we do that you would like early or in its full-length format, the link to our Patreon is in the description. If you're not a fan of Patreon, consider YouTube memberships. You'll get all of our episodes at least a day early. But all that is then and this is now, my friends. And now, unfortunately, we have to say goodbye from what I consider a masterpiece of Star Trek. In this, the second episode of Star Trek Continues, Lolani. But where should we say goodbye from? Because as the Greek chorus, we are a vitally important part of the narrative, my friends. We hear the story that the Star Trek Continues creatives are giving to us. We tell people that haven't seen it, you should really check this out. And we grow the audience. So friends, we are vitally important. And as a part of our reward for being a part of all of this, we get to jump back into the episode and say goodbye from one of our favored scenes. And boy, this is a tough one. There's so many amazing scenes. But friends, I'm a sucker for a good mind meld. And I am a sucker for a dagger of the mind, close, intimate shot, which is what we received in this one. Great work all around, but in that moment, I think laid bare, we see Lolani's plight that led her to the Enterprise and her pursuit, her passion for the freedom of her species. And friends, what better place to say goodbye from than knowing where we stand, shoulder to shoulder with Jim Kirk, the crew of the NCC 1701, and the creatives of Star Trek Continues as they tell us some hidden gems from the Star Trek universe. Until such time as we can continue this incredible series, Vulcan roll, and I'll see ya.